G'day everyone. Today's another day and I've got a few things done which I'll share with you in a moment and just show you some of the updates that I've done to the van. We're getting there. It's a little slow, I could understand that, but you know, when you only have your weekends to do some things, it does take a little bit of time. So let's go around the caravan or the camper van and have a look at some of the things that I've managed to install. Okay, so some of the things I'm putting in the electrical system, doing some tests to make sure that I've got the configuration of the wires according to the lights. I've got lights under here. I've got lights that are going to go on this section here when the back canopy opens up. So there's a nice big black window there that I've purchased to go there. I've got some things here, so I'll put the light switches as you can see on the other side. Got some 240 double pole. I actually bought the wrong ones previously from what my electrician said. So good old Simon said to me that they need to be double poled. So the ones that I bought, no good, but maybe use them for something else. And when I bought these double poles, they're slightly different. So this is the double pole. They're supposed to be more safer when they're on the 240 and they can work on the 12 volt system without an issue. This is just a light switch with, as you can see, if I can show that, where is it? There it is. 2 light switches and a USB port. So I added those USB ports in myself, just pulled out the third switch and took it off the ones that I previously bought and installed it. So we've got those up and away. I've done some schematics which I'll show you. So didn't know how to do a double switching, so I downloaded this from the internet and figured it out. And hence I've done some wiring diagrams for my light system. So yeah, you probably don't understand this, but I know what's going on to do the double switching, the two-way switching. And I've done another schematic to do a two-way switching for the the pump itself. So I can do it from the back kitchen to turn the water on there, and I can do it from the main switch before we get into the shower. So some of the things. Also, what I've done going around, I've put the first side up. In doing so, I need to drill out some of the holes that are going to be holding, as you can see, those grommets on this side. I'll show you the grommets. So I've got to drill those out from the inside, and so I know where they're positioned before I can put in my electrical conduit in the roof system. So today I'm going to do, also installed a piece of steel in here, and then attached these brackets so they can hold out my table in our travels. So that's all nice and secured. I'm going to cut out the window and cut out the door because I'm going to need access in and out. So that's going to be today's task. I also bought this. I don't know if I showed you this before. This was a really good buy from a guy who was selling it. It's about 300 bucks. These things are worth like 1,800 bucks, and it was perfect for what I want to do. So in there, I'm going to have that painted black, and in there we're going to have our gas bottle, we're going to have our fridge, the dual zone fridge, and which, you know, I saw yesterday, I went to Radio Parts, or sorry, not Radio Parts, JK yesterday to buy some heat shrink and things like that, and I saw a beautiful looking dual zone, so I went and bought this stuff. So I saw this beautiful looking dual zone fridge, and it was only $620 something, somewhere around there. And I'm thinking, why do I need to spend, you know, going to a Coolman or a Dometic, you know, close to about $2,000. The cheapest I found was at Anaconda for my Coolman, which was about, what was it on special, 1,500 or something like that. And I'm thinking, no need, you know, this thing was built exactly the same way as they were built, nice, and I might, when I buy it, I'll do a little video on that, and I'll show you the quality, and I've got to do a little bit of research before I commit to it. But I thought 600 bucks, and it's really rock solid, thick plastic with reinforced corners, and you know, it really looks good. So hopefully it fits into that section, and I did measure it there. It was 530. I think I got 570 clearance inside, which I'm going to check that, and if that's the case, I think I'm going to buy that. You know, it comes with warranties, and geez, if it breaks down after a few years, it's only 600 bucks, no big deal. You know, compared to like buying a house fridge, it's ridiculous. The prices that they're asking for, you know, these dual zone fridges is ridiculous. So you can find yourself a bargain. But you do need to shop around and have a look and see what's out there. Okay, so that's the update. So stay tuned. I'm going to start cutting out the doors and windows. Let's go. All right, so let's grab our first. This is my first window. This is the window that's going to go there. So let's put this aside here for a moment. I need to get my door down, and that's quite big and heavy, so we will give that a shot. Oh my God, this thing is so heavy. Oh, it's a bit of a struggle to get it. But anyway, we've got it here. Here is the door. I think I'm just worried about the corners because they curve. And when they curve, I guess you need to, you know, make sure you don't cut out that little square bit, or else it's just not gonna, you know, gonna get air in there and things like that. So got to be careful with that. So what I will do, I will have a look at, where's my knife gone? Have a look at opening this up again. So I remember opening it up when I first received it. That was really exciting. All right, so now I've got to pull this out. Oh, well, to my surprise, that I didn't even remember, they're actually square edges, so it's just going to be a perfect cut. And as you can see, it's got a lip over it as well, over the profile behind. Hey, that's perfect. And I know I've done the size perfectly right, so all I can do is just grab my reciprocating saw and get a move on, I guess. Okay, so I was lucky for the bottom. It is nice and square, but the top, obviously you can see there's a curve, which I need to make sure I get that right, or else it's going to be a disaster. It will be remove that and start again, which is not going to be an easy task. So let's do it properly. Let's make a stencil and go from there. What do you think of the door, viewers? I think it looks sensational. Drop a comment and see what you think. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you know, the usual thing, like and subscribe. It's nice when I see people, you know, how many views that I get, because I like to share what I'm doing. That's how I sort of picked up a lot of things from Daryl Sheether, watching his videos, liking his videos, sharing his videos. And it gets out to a wider audience, which is great. For those who are interested, that's all it is. There's a little bit of hobby fun, and you know, instead of doing mischief, this is really great. Relaxes the mind, you know, gives you some satisfaction that you know, you're actually doing something in your spare time and not sitting by a computer and playing stupid games. It's one thing I can't handle, playing stupid games all day. I don't know how people do that, but good luck to them. So I'm thinking I might just use a piece of plywood that I was using. They might make it a little easier. Up there for thinking, mate. Yeah, you know, not a good idea. I think it's going to make it more difficult than anything else, so give it a miss. All right, we'll just continue on. So there's our stencil, and we've got to make sure we've got it around the right way, or else we're going to have some issues. So our next job is to figure out where the base is going to be. So let's go and mark the base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill on the corners and along that rail and put some pins in, and that's where it will, the stencil will line up with. It's not a bad idea, is it, this system? Just to line it up, get it right, perfect. That's good, that's good. That's a little, that could be the cardboard. It's all right. That's sitting perfect, perfect, perfect. It's held in place by this. I reckon we can mark it out. Let's mark it out. Yeah, I had to redraw a little bit because it didn't look right. But we'll see. There's always going to be little adjustments here and there. Oh. Yeah, that's nice. I think the timber needs to be shaved a little bit. I better do that first. Okay, so the door is in, and it was perfect, just perfect. The reason why it didn't go in the first time is because right down in those two bottom corners, I did some welding on the edges, and that's what was lifting the door up by a few mil. So I've got it like to 2 mil clearance all around. But once I shaved those off, they've got welding all around the other side. So it's no big deal if that doesn't. If it's not there, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that was the issue that was causing it not to go in from the top. So everything's cut perfectly flush. I just need to clean up the top a little bit so it goes in a little bit more easy. The timber just needs to be shaved a little, and that's it. Let's open the door and have a look at it. All right, let's open our door and have a look. Geez, that looks fantastic from the inside. It's perfectly done. And voila, there's the door, whoops. So it opens out that way. There's going to be obviously a stop for it to catch it when it gets there. Yep, once the sides are all screwed in, that will close perfectly. It's just a slight little, and that's fine because it needs to be screwed into the side panels, the steel frame. So, excellent. I'll show you from the inside how perfect it is. Okay, so this is from the inside. You can see, you know, the gap is just like 1 to 2 mil. Yeah, because you can just see a little bit of daylight in there, so that's perfect. And same on this side, that's just perfectly done. Look at that, no gaps at all. So that's going to sit, it's not going to move, it's not going to make noise. It's going to be perfect. Job well done. There we go. It should open up the steps. All right, so this door is, got to figure out, it's got a, how do we do that? Let's have a look. That's lock position, let's open the door, because it's got an internal grill as well. Let me figure that one out, how to open that, and we'll see it with the grill. Okay, so it was just simple as turning the handle, the internal handle, upwards, and it releases off the front, so you can have it open like that. Comes with a latch on the back side here, so you can latch it to wherever, but I'm going to put one down the bottom because there's nothing to latch it onto. But that's the door. It is in, finally. Fantastic. So, And then off to Bunnings. Another day. Good morning, viewers. So today is another day and we've just come to Bunnings and had to pick up some adhesive. So this stuff is I think it's, what is it, the Sally's. Actually, I think I bought the wrong one because I usually use the Bostik, I think it was. Or maybe not, looks the same. So it's going to be a little tricky, this one. The other side was easy, getting the windows and doors, and you saw that in the last few clips, which was a very tiring day, and today won't be any different. But you know what, it's a whole lot of fun, and we'll do that. So weekends at the moment, yeah, there's not much to do until, I guess, Easter, and we'll have a bit of a break in Easter, which I'm not going to do anything on Easter. Probably just go away for a few days and just relax a little. So that's what's installed for today, and I'll show you some of the other things that I did last night, which I didn't film on camera. It was putting in the electrical channels in the side wall internally, which we won't see. We're going to put in some cupboard space which will cover that and you won't even know it's there. So a couple of different things that I've added on last night, and we'll do a quick view of that. And, and the camera falls down. Excellent when you're driving. Funny, bit of a bloopers thing, I guess. Anyway, never mind. Let's stop it there and see you later. Okay, so some of the stuff that we've got done. Have a look inside. So, alright, so put in the cabling here and here for the switches, because I need 2 wires going across to do the double switching, and I've put in that channel so it comes all the way here and across, and it's going to be in here. This is where all the electrical panel is going to go, and I'm thinking I bought a little cabinet for the shower which I'm not putting in. I might use that. It may work perfectly well to sink it in here and run all the cabling in an enclosed space. So that's what we've done. So that's all ready to send the wires through. I've got to do the same to this side once we get the wall in. So I've got to remove that and make the indents. So that's what's installed for today. Okay. Alright, so all this has got to come apart. Oof. That's a bit of a task. So electrical systems and everything got to go in. A lot of work to do here.